got whole sense for the sense. All right, let's try it. Ready? After at your own rate. Whenever you get there, then and go again. Should be silent, by the way, not right. Ready? And sitting steady tall, all the way to wherever you go. Wherever. Again. At your own rate. Now, if you do too many of these, you're going to be dizzy. And that's a good thing. Check your ribs. Did you get both? Remind yourself, it's simultaneous. It may take you some practice. It will definitely take them some practice.
So I have a question. Yes. When you say inflow, do you need to do K on an inhalation or the exhalation?
No. But almost simultaneously with that. Now there I didn't inhale at all, but I think it's almost, it's less aspirated. It's almost like a hard G. And it lifts. I'm calling that implode. Then I'm immediately doing this at the same time, which just draws breath in. I know that's the hard part of this.
I'm still confused. Is that on an inhalation?
The K is, I know, I did say it in a rather strange way. I don't think of myself inhaling on the K. I think of myself lifting on the K and then releasing, which then nearly simultaneously draws the next breath in. But I don't want to ever think about inhaling from here. So I want to lift, and I want to start the next breath. It's not that. Okay, does that make it a little more clear? If you see me later, I can maybe work with you just a little bit by yourself if you'd like a little lesson on that, okay? Let's go on because we just have to. Support is like the most important of the three. We haven't gotten there yet. So if you blow up a balloon, you have inhaled. If you let the balloon go, right, it just goes. It's wild. That's the way many of our singers sing. We don't want that. What we want is to put a gentle pressure against that balloon. It is not a hard pressure. And the minute you start to teach this, your very most, hardcore singers in your sections might overdo it. So you're going to have to balance this. You're going to have to tell them, you know what? For me to walk around, I have to engage a lot of muscles, but I'm not tense. It's easy. I'm relaxed. It's a balance of relaxation and what I call engagement. I would never use the word tension because immediately it makes us tense if we can think that way, right? But it is a sense of pressurized breath column. Does that make sense? If we're using a gentle pressure back on that breath column that extends from here to here inside, it's just a little bit, it's engaged. Let's do a couple of things that I like to do to help them figure that out. Think about the bellows that my mom still uses to build her fire up in the mountains of Colorado in her cabin, where she was this week. She's 80, up there all by herself. So would you use the bellows, and would you put the handles here and the point here? Many of you may have used this, I've used it for years, and I love it, although no one knows what a bellows is anymore. So it has this lung between the arms, right? It has this lung that brings in the breath. So pull apart at the handles, ready? Silently if you can, and then push back against it as you do shh. Again, silent. Release, it's got to be released, and then it's got to be re-engaged. Good for you. Put your fingertips here, so it should be like right beneath your belly button, I would say. By the way, a great way to do this, if you have room, is to put the straw in your singers' mouths and lay them on their floor, on the floor, and allow them to do this. And they're just like babies that are having their diapers changed when they cry. My grandson did a couple of times when I was with him a couple weeks ago, and his stomach just goes, and I went, yes, that's what I'm talking about. But when we stand up, we lose that sense. I don't know. And we grow up and we go, oh, when you take a breath, you've got to go. And then it's totally, not aligned anymore. It's not released. It's not relaxed. So laying them down, giving them a partner, putting books right here on their abs, and making them see as they take that great breath, the books are displaced. All right, that's the fat splat from that angle. Let's see what I was going to say. Sorry. Fingertips. Would you please bark like a dog? Ready? Just try it. Good. And would you please make sure it comes from here and not here and not here? Ready? Try it again. 2, 3, go. How about hey? Hey. Again, from here, not here. This one isn't good for us if it's here. But if it's here, hey. Maybe a little higher in your register will be helpful and open, but do it from deep in the body. Blow out 5 candles. Ready? From here. And can you try not to go down as you do it? One more time. And up. Good for you. Take that now it's a dandelion. This is a Frapahasana exercise. Blow on that little dandelion that has the feathery seeds until they start to be displaced. You can't just, right? You've got to do a little bit of a directed airflow in order to get those seeds to release. Ready? And feel here. Fingertips. How would you gauge? Is it tense or is it pretty relaxed and engaged? I think it's buoyant, it's relaxed, but it's engaged. And really, it doesn't take that much more than that. But so many of us sing with none of that. All right. Now, if we overdo it, we get in trouble. So sometimes those really conscientious ones are going to have reminders about that. Again, use a plunger as if you have a cylinder here, and put a little bit of pressure. It's not just this. It's all right. Again, I'm bending my knees a little bit. If they're standing, that helps. Ready? Keep this, however, raised. And all the way to the bottom of that breath. At the bottom, remind yourself to prepare and fat flat. And breath. Sing. We've been talking and talking. This is the first time we've sung, right? But obviously, each one of these can go right into either a vocalese or take that first line from the such and such we're going to sing on Sunday. Would you use your plunger? Would you use your bellows? Would you remind yourself about the preparation and the flat splat that has to happen between phrases? Okay? I love. It's wonderful. You cannot possibly unless you have some kind of engagement going on. You can't keep the lips going, loosely at least. Just like that, I met many of us in this room. None of my college kids know what I'm talking about when I say this. But at any rate, a long time ago when I went to the dentist, I'd get a little red pill when I went in, and I would chew it. Oh, didn't you hate that? For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, it would then, as you would open your mouth, he'd make you look in the mirror, and all the pink places is where you had not brushed your plaque. Would show up because it would stick to your plaque. I'd love to tell that story, but this is the same kind of exercise. For any of us who cannot keep the boom going, that tells us, and that tells you, you're not doing anything down here. So would you please sit tall as if you're standing like this? I like to kind of do a little longer phrase for this. Do it on boom. Ready and go. We don't have to use our support in order to sing an open vowel, but we have to do it in order to sing it well, okay? Especially in some registers. Next, would you stand please and get on your motorcycle? All right, here we go. I want you to do excellent. Some of you are motorcycle drivers, I can see that. Now, would you, without being inappropriate, can I just say, would you think about your bikini line? That is the place where you want to execute the. It's a quick way to say it. Hopefully, isn't really a problem. Okay, here we go. Ready and go. So each one, we can do it without that. We can do it all from our throat. That does us no good at all. It just exercises our wrists. Okay, but the whole idea is to get them to think about utilizing a muscle group they may never have figured out, right? And it just takes experimentation, I believe, in order to keep it, and the more you hear a free tone, the more you're going to be able to say, yes, that's exactly right. Can I ask, which, did the tablet make it all the way around?
It's up here.
Are there 8 names on it?
Yes.
7, it looks like.
Can I have one more person volunteer? Oh, for Friday. They left you a Friday post. That's unbelievable. Yes, you're so kind. Sylvia and those 8 people, would you go outside on the sidewalk and would you take this with you? Everybody else, stay right here. We got a few more things. Thank you so much for those of you who have volunteered for that. I appreciate it. It's going to be fun to hear some singers as we do this. Would you just do 2, 3, and go? And I hear a few of you doing what your singers are going to do, and that is throttle stopping each of those. That we don't want that, and we also don't want we don't want aspiration. What I want is for you to laugh it out. Think about your belly laugh. Everybody try it. One without a lot of, all right? It's hard to do. Ready? And go. Let's try it now. Would you try putting together everything we've talked about today? Alignment. That was good. Good for you. Fingertips. Alignment. Think about yourself. What do you need to do? Where's that swan? Where's that high neck? Yeah, good for you. If you close your eyes, sometimes that helps. Now think about your fat splat that has to happen at the end of each one of these little phrases, right? Before the next one. Think about the lift, which will help you also prepare that space, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. 2, ready, and yell. You do it with a silent inhalation. 2, 3, and go. And several days later, you're going to want to push the speed, because eventually, as we're talking about vocal freedom, as we're talking about releasing those articulators and lifting and placing that tone in the mask, we're going to want to release this so much that we can do it about this speed. Let's try it. Very nice. I've said so much, and I've just talked really fast. I hope that if you have questions, you'll find me. Thank you so much for being here.